So today we'll be looking at segments and audiences in Google Analytics 4. Now, segments are basically subgroup of your whole data that you can use to further narrow down your analysis or make a deep dive into your data. Whereas audiences can be looked at as a group of users. Like you can make a group of users into an audience and then use that data in a way which is important to your business. It could also be used to linked with Google Ads for remarketing purposes. So we'll just quickly look through it. Firstly, you can even make them in the standard report section, but it is not advised since this is a very basic feature or a very rigid feature. So suppose you could go to build a comparison, include dimension, could select a dimension as page title, set dimension value to shopping cart, right? So this would have created a condition for you. Now if you click apply, so it will show us both of these conditions side by side, and this, this can be used to further get a segmented analysis of your data. And similarly for audiences as well, you can do that. If you just select add new comparison, select dimension, just go to audience name. So suppose I want users in San Francisco, I'll click OK, apply. So you can use this for audiences as well. But as I said, it is a very basic or rigid feature, and it does not let you do more complex functions, which we can do from the Explore tab. Now we'll just go and look at that. Let's just close this. Now we'll go to our Explore tab. So this place is where you'll have most of your important audience building, and we'll see why is that. So let's go to freeform technique, and as you might remember, this will give you your data in a tabular form, and this is where your segments reside. Now this is all of the data I have. Suppose if I just drop in a US segment, so it will give me the data by US segment, and if I add another one, it will let me compare between those two segments. So basically this is the use of your segments. It is a subgroup of your whole data which you can then use to further analyze your data. And if you want to create more segments, you click on this plus button and it will give you various options. Now you can either create a custom segment or you can select one of the suggested segments that the Google Analytics 4 has to offer you. And even in that, there's a new feature, that's the predictive segment, where if you want a subgroup of data which quickly answers a question, you can use this. For example, likely 7-day purchases. If you want a subgroup of users who are likely to make a purchase in the next 7 days, you can use this. But most of the people start from scratch and create a custom segment. Even in that, you have an option of user segment, uh, and they have given an example, which means users who have previously purchased a product. There's a session segments, which will take all sessions that is originating from a single campaign. There's event segment, that all events that took place in a particular location. And this is something that's new again. We only used to have user and session segments, but now Google Analytics 4 has added event segments as well. So for now we'll select user segments, and user segments are the ones that are widely used. So we'll go to user segments, and there you can see you have our and condition or condition. So then you have your summary. This will let you see what percentage of users match these conditions. So for now, if I just create a condition, I'll go here, device category. If I set it to desktop, yeah. And there's also this new feature of at any point in time. So it will it will check if a user at any point in time, if they satisfied this condition, then it will show here. So you can tick or untick that according to your need. If you untick it, it will only consider the users that satisfy this condition in the given date range. As you can see, 82% of users are satisfying this condition. Then in universal we didn't have this at all point in time feature. We only had the specific date range. And then there's sequences as well. Suppose you want certain conditions to be fulfilled but only in a given order, right? Suppose I go to add sequence. Now I want to see if I'm like, I want to see which users went from the home page to the shopping cart page. I'll just select page title here. Yeah, I'll set home. Next, I'll add a step. Then again, page title, add filter, shopping cart. So this will let me see the users that went from home to shopping cart, and in that order only. So there's also this new feature of time where you can uh, set the condition for a certain time frame. Like if I want to know how many users went from the home page to the shopping cart page within 5 minutes, then I can tick this and I'll get the data for that. So you can set it to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you can even change it to days, hours, or seconds. And now we were just including users in this when a certain condition was met, right? So we can also exclude users when they meet certain conditions, and even in that you can either temporarily exclude them or permanently exclude them. Now temporarily is a added feature in Google Analytics 4 which can be used for remarketing audiences. If you want to like suppress the marketing for a certain period of time. So for example, if someone is purchasing a camera for your site, and so you want to pause your marketing for them, but you may want them to be re-eligible for marketing for when you launch a new product. So all this can be done using these features. Then another new component that it's there is to build an audience. uh, we'll see this. Firstly, we'll just name it home to cart. So I've created a segment and it will automatically be visible here. And any new segments that you create, you'll be able to see them in the segment comparisons. Then if I just click on edit here, and we'll see the build an audience feature now. So if I click build an audience, so it will take it and publish it as an audience, which you can later see in the configure tab. In the configure tab there's an audience section as well. So if you select build an audience and publish it, then it will publish it as an audience. So and this audience, it will only collect data from the time you create it. And these can be used in your standard reports as well. So the audience you can only like, it's collecting data from the point in time, right? But advanced segments that you make, they are retroactive, which means they apply to all of the data and not just point in time forward. So another key part is the audience triggers. Audience trigger, it will just create an event of going from home screen to shopping cart within 5 minutes, and it will log it as an event every time a user meets these conditions. So I'll just name it audience underscore home to cart. And if you were to take this option, log an additional event when audience membership refreshes. What this means is that if a user visited the site again and met these conditions, it would log it as an event. But if the user came back on the site and met these conditions again, it would log it as an additional event under the same user, and it will reapply the membership duration settings for them. So if I, as I said, if you create an audience and publish it, it will be available in the audiences tab. But this was just a demo report that I had taken from a Google account, so that's why it's not available here. But I'll take you to my account and show there. So, for example, if I just go to Freeform and create a new segment here, I'll just make a new segment, user segment, and I'll add a condition here. Suppose geography, city, add filter exactly matches Mumbai, so only the users that are from Mumbai at any point in time. Apply. As you can see, 50% of all sessions. Then I'll select build an audience. I'll create an audience trigger so that we are able to see it under events. Audience not from audience from Mumbai. Log an additional event. We'll click save, and we'll even name this segment from Mumbai or just Mumbai. Mumbai. Save. So as you can see, our segment has been made, and whenever we make a new segment, it automatically comes under the segment comparisons. Now if we just quickly go to configure, audiences, so as you can see, we created we selected build an audience, so it and published it, so it already automatically came under the audiences tab. And as I said, then you could turn an audience into a conversion, so you could create audience scoped conversions. But again, as I said, that they are not retroactive. They only start collecting data point in time forward. So whenever it starts collecting data and logs it as an event, it will be visible here, and we can mark it as a conversion then. So again, this is very helpful to create audience scoped conversions. And again, this is only in Google Analytics 4. This was not available in Universal Analytics. So suppose if you link your Google Ads account here, so now you have the ability to create audience based conversions, or then, so what will happen is, if you have linked your Google account, all these audiences you will be able to see them on your Google Ads platform as well. Whereas previously, what you had to do, you had to publish an audience one at a time in Universal Analytics. So now that's gone. It has become more automated. All your audiences will be visible on your Google Ads platform. So the this was just a quick overview of the segments and audiences part of Google Analytics 4, and how it has added more features, more additional features as compared to the Universal Analytics. So yeah, thank you for watching.